Hello, and welcome to the final project of 4315 Lab. What we're going to do in this project is set up a duration matched bond portfolio, also known as an immunized portfolio. So, again, we're going to come here to our base Excel file, come to our portfolio tab, and then go ahead and open our setup file. As always, we enable the editing, and then we enable the content, which allows the macro to run. We go ahead and click on Start the Process. And you've seen this several times now, so I'm going to go through a little quicker. And we'll go ahead and close that. All right. And what we have here is our bond portfolio. We need to get it off the desktop as soon as possible and put it onto like our jump drive. So I'm just going to click here, hit Control X to cut it, and then over here, and then Control V to paste it. So now it's off the desktop and onto the jump drive. Go ahead and open the file up and just kind of give you a quick overview. So the first tab is going to be the bonds that we're going to pick. We need to do a number of calculations to them. You will be randomly assigned 10 companies, and then you'll need to, out of those 10 companies, pick out the bonds that you need. You'll also be assigned a portfolio value target and a portfolio duration target, which is an X number of days into the future. We have a Port tab. On the Port tab, we're going to use Excel Solver to create our portfolio of bonds that is going to minimize the purchasing cost. It is going to hit our duration target within a particular tolerance, and our duration, our portfolio value within a particular tolerance. And of course, we want to minimize our upfront costs. As a bond portfolio manager, it's a competitive industry, but you will be contacted by a client who will say, I need X amount of money at this point in the future. Create a portfolio of bonds for me that are going to do that. And that becomes your job. Obviously, if you can minimize the upfront costs associated with it, then you will be able to be more competitive and hopefully get the contract to manage the portfolio. We're going to do a duration calculation on the bond portfolio and plot how the duration of the portfolio changes as time goes forward. We're going to do a sensitivity analysis. If interest rates go up, interest rates go down, what happens to the final value of the bond. And then we're going to do two rebalancing estimations, and in these two rebalancing cases, there may be an added cost to it, which means you have to include that in the actual costs to the client, or there may be an excess cash position, in which case you may return that to the client or use it to try and minimize some other aspects of the process. All right, so that's a basic process that we're going to go through. On our bonds tab, the start date. So if you're having this class in the fall semester, your start date is going to be December 15th of whatever year you're in. If it's in the spring, your start date's always going to be May 20th of whatever year you happen to be in. And that's because you need some time. In the real world, you got to build the portfolio ahead of time, and you tell the client this is the date that we'll actually start the portfolio on, so you have to have an estimation based on that. This is our duration target, which you'll be given, and then there's a value target that goes along with it as well. And then we enter, just as a reference, what today is. You'll see today for me is going to be 9/9 of 2015. All right, so before I get too much into this, I'm going to show you where you're going to get your bonds from. And you're going to go to and Google FINRA bonds, which I'm just going to go ahead and do right now. We're going to go to the bonds homepage. And then all the bonds that you're going to be working with are going to be corporate bonds. So we're going to go to the search tab, and what you'll be given is a ticker symbol. We want corporate bonds. You'll be given a ticker symbol. One of the bonds that I'm going to work with is going to be Nike NKE. And these are the list of the bonds that Nike actually has outstanding. And your objective is going to pick some bonds with durations that are a little bit longer than your target, and pick some bonds with some durations that are a little bit shorter than your target. And from there, you're going to be able to put a portfolio together. And you need to select, for each company you're given, you need to pick 2 bonds. And typically, you want to pick one of the bonds that's a little bit longer in duration and one of the bonds that's a little bit shorter in duration. And we'll talk about how to do that. In addition, I'll just caution you, we're randomly assigning you companies. So it's possible you'll get a company that only has 1 bond available to it. There is an alternative list of companies that is going to be supplied that you'll be allowed to pick from. Each one of these companies has lots and lots of bonds out there, so you'll be able to do some sort of substitution. Alternatively, you can go and pick one of your a company on your own that you may be interested in. So we're trying to make this process as realistic as possible, and in that process, unfortunately, we're limited based on the data that we have available to us. All right, so I'm going to finish this video here. When we come back, we're going to start, I'm going to go through how you pick your bonds. We'll fill out this first tab on the bonds, and that one, the second video, and then we'll do the optimization and the port. That'll end the third video, and then we'll do a duration and a sensitivity video, and then we'll do a rebalancing video. So that's the overall plan. I hope you're still enjoying the class, and thank you very much, and thanks for watching.